Today we're going to be talking about VA cash out refinances. Yes, one of you guys asked me to talk about it, and I think it's a great topic. So VA cash out refinances. I'm not a huge fan. I'm really not. So here's why. And it depends on the situation. But the first thing is, if you guys are going to be charged that funding fee, yeah, let's talk about that funding fee. So the funding fee on a VA cash out refinance is 3.6%. Yeah, it's 3.6%. And most lenders don't lead with that. The reason they don't lead with that is because if they did, you wouldn't do it, because you'd be like, wait, 3.6%. So let's just do some math. So 3.6%, allergies, on a $500,000 loan is $18,000. Yeah. Yeah. So if you want to refinance your house, VA, cash out, and you're not getting any disability, okay, meaning that you do have to pay the funding fee, on that $500,000 total loan, you have an $18,000 funding fee, okay? There are very few reasons that would have that make sense. Okay, now prior to this year, would we see it sometimes make sense? Yeah, you know, if your rate was at 4, 5, 6, 7%, and you were dropping down to the 2s and the 3s, very low 3s, very, 2s, and taking cash out to pay off debt or remodel your house, that could make sense. This year, rates have jumped over 2% in the last few months. So if you guys refied within the last few years, which I'm hoping you did, I'm hoping you got those nice 2s and low 3s. If you guys have a rate like that, if you do a cash out refi, your rate's gonna go up, pretty dramatically, and you've got that big fat funding fee. Okay, and that's what a lot of people miss out, because what happens is they'll come to me and they'll go, Jen, I'm talking to this lender and I think they're ripping me off. I thought I was taking out 50 grand, but I'm only getting 20 back. Fees and funding fees. I mean, that's the thing. Those funding fees will eat up the money that you're going to be getting back. Now, if you get VA disability and you're exempt from the funding fee, can it make sense? Yeah, it can make sense, depending on where you are with rate right now and why you need the money. So for instance, if you're at 2.5 right now and you're like, well, I just want to take out money just in case, personally, I wouldn't go up, to 4.5 or wherever rates are when you guys watch this video, just to have money in the bank making 0.0 interest. That's the thing. So you guys want to be really cognizant of that, because most lenders aren't going to try to talk you out of it. There's this whole mindset of, first of all, you have the lenders where they're like, I just need a deal, I'm starving, anything, like, yeah, it's a good idea. And it's because they've done one loan for the month and you're number 2. And then you also have the people that are like, well, it's their money, it's their equity, they're just going to go to someone else, so I might as well do it. Okay. And then you have me, who's like, okay, if you want to do it, it is your money. It is your right. You do whatever you want. However, so I can sleep at night, so I feel like you at least know, let's talk about these things, think about what you really want to do, and then let's do it if you want to. And what's interesting is when I talk to my clients about this, and I'm not as aggressive as as I think I am in this video. I'm usually a little bit, chiller. I'm more chill when I'm not filming. I'm like relaxed. Anyways, they're like, oh my God, I didn't know that. That's what I hear a lot of. Oh my God, I didn't know that. Because that's the thing. The mailers that you guys are getting where it's like, you're approved to have $30,000 out. Your payment will be this. It's not telling you about the funding fee. It's not telling you about the lender fees. It's just giving you some random numbers that are based on nothing to try to get you to call them. Okay? So really, really important. Cash out VA refinance. If you are not exempt from the funding fee, and you've used VA before, which 99% of you guys have, it is a 3.6% funding fee. Okay? Now, if you owe $50K on the house and you want to take out $100 in order to redo it, right? And it's going to make it worth a bunch, and you've got plans, you know how much it's really going to cost. You know, at that point, we do 150 times, 3.6, it's $5,400. So in that situation, is $5,400 cheaper than having to finance through Home Depot or Build.com or any of those? Probably. But once again, if you guys are already at those beautiful low rates in the 2s, you need to protect that rate, okay? And you need to look at these projects as if it's something that's actually gonna do great value to you, if it's helping your kid go to college, if it's, remodeling the house and you already have the cost mapped out, great. But if you're like, well, I just want the money, or, I wanna go on a great vacation, really think this stuff through, because that funding fee is brutal. Now, let's say you want to take out the money and you're like, okay, the funding fee sucks. What's my options? Well, we could look at conventional. If you have at least 20% equity in the property after we take that cash out, we could look at a conventional refinance. And that is with VA. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll flip people to conventional when they need to get cash out. If it's a loan amount where that funding fee is going to hurt, will the rate on conventional be higher? Generally, yes, it will. However, that funding fee is so large that conventional generally works out in the borrower's best interest anyways. And then also, just so you guys know, Texas, I can't even do a VA cash out refi. So if you're a veteran in Texas who wants to take cash out of their house, we would be looking at a conventional mortgage. So overall, can a VA cash out refinance make sense? It can, if you don't have to pay the funding fee. It can if it's a really great reason and you're aware of the cost and you've done the math and it makes sense. It is not if you're just doing it because you got a mailer, you want some extra cash in your bank account. That's what I'm really afraid of right now, because so many lenders are marketing cash out refinances, because all these call centers, they're trying to survive. I was laughing. I was looking at the rankings, because they have the rankings of loan officers, and one gal, they're like, they have the refinance and the purchase percentage. Purchases, 0. Refinances, that was all their volume. So everyone where their volume was refinances are dead, guys. So when someone's really pushing you to do a cash out refinance, I just want you to take a few moments, step back, and see if they want you to do that cash out refinance for you or for them. And if you're not sure, you can always call me and we can play out pros and cons, because I do know sometimes life gets hard and you've got to get that money out in order to rebalance your life. And in situations like that, it can make sense. But in situations where there's not a big need and it's just like, well, it says I should and I would like a pool, run. Okay. So as always, questions and comments, feel free to reach out. I am licensed in 48 states. I love VA loans. You guys know this, and I will see you next VA Wednesday. Thanks.